Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
There it is. Yeah. Check it out. Move. If you got the nerve, lash out for your just desserts. It's not just a word. Some of y'all heads up in the cloud. I'ma bring y'all back to earth. It's black back to burn. All talking about out your mouth. I'm not concerned, cause y'all got to learn. It's y'all turn like Detroit Red when his head had an ultra perm. The long walk to burn your bare heels, so throw on your boots. The game camouflage like army suits, but I can see it more clear cause I came with the coupe in here. Ring the alarm, inform the troops. Send them out into the world, go to war on the fluke. Eye to eye with the enemy you sworn to shoot. Now I'm coming at your neck, sick of hearing something wrong with me, wrong with you. When the cheap just way too smart to question. The enemy, the brothers of a dark complexion. The governments of the world is shark infested. They heavy on weaponry like Charlton Heston, man. Look, it gets low, man. Low.
Talking Heads with Naughty is sponsored by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. The Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Wednesday, hump day edition. And you know how we do it. We open the lines up. We talk about everything. Phone lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969. BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. And like I said, it's Wednesday. Lots to talk about. Jump right in with the headliners who are what's making headlines in the 242. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. And new arrivals in stock now. So you need to check both locations out. Top of Hill, Mackey Street, and that's the flagship store, of course, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Both of those locations open for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Check them out online, findthreads.com. Check out the new arrivals. Do your shopping online as well. Then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. Get it? Got it? Good. All right, let's jump on in. SBF pleads not guilty. Trial on fraud charges set for October in the U.S. Let's see how that goes. Story by Travis Cartwright-Carroll, the news editor here at The Guardian. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of the now bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which was headquartered in the Bahamas, yesterday appeared in a New York court and pleaded not guilty to charges that he committed fraud. The plea was made by Bankman-Fried's lawyer, Mark Cohen. Bankman-Fried 30, also known as SBF, appeared before Judge Lewis Kaplan. SBF is on $250 million bond. His parents co-signed the bond, and two additional sureties will also have to sign separate bonds in lesser amounts. They have yet to do so. Before the arraignment, Cohen sent a letter to Judge Kaplan requesting that the names and other identifying information of the two remaining bail sureties could be redacted on the bonds they will sign and not be publicly disclosed by the U.S. government. Why does your lawyer not want the world to know who's signing your bond, who's signing your bail, who's your suretor? Very interesting. All right. And of course, apparently and allegedly, Mr. Bankman-Fried's parents have become the target of intense media scrutiny, harassment, and threats. Among other things, Mr. Bankman-Fried's parents, according to his attorney, Mr. Cohen, have received a steady stream of threatening correspondence, including communications expressing a desire that they suffer physical harm. So I guess they don't want any more threats coming toward his parents. But I mean, don't you think they were going to get that anyway? Say he goes to jail, he stays in jail, you know? Whether he pleads guilty or not, he's got to wait in there until the trial. You don't think people who lost their money and all this aren't going to take pop shots at the parents? Again, though, as all of this plays out, continuing to be mentioned with FTX and SBF is the Bahamas. Because when it breaks down, where were we headquartered? In the Bahamas. The brand is still taking a beating. Let me check the text lines. Naughty, great show as usual. Lang was talking about how great MJ is, so you have a tough act to follow. Long live number 23, MJ. Well, we get the sports, we'll talk about it now. Because if, and Lang is a learned guy. You seem to be a learned texter. We could have that debate about Michael Jordan, because I will throw a name in there that rivals everything that Jordan ever did. Louis Ferdinand Alcindor, better known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Check me in the 5 o'clock hour, texter. We'll pick that combo up. Naughty Sam Head ain't no good. So not guilty. He been hanging around people in Baintown too long. Naughty, how come we asked them to trade Sam for 90 and we end up getting Ozzy back? My God, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Lay the jokes to me. Texters, you're on a roll today, boy. It's hump day. You're all fired up. And I like that. 3 just separate trains of thought right there. One talking sports in the 4 o'clock hour, and we talk sports in the 5 o'clock hour. Another one just shaking his head, or her head at the SBF. And I have a funny feeling I know who this last text is. You fooled me, babe. You need to stop. You need to stop. But, like I said, when you look at the headlines, continue to be all caught up in this until it goes away. Us. And we still say nothing. This is a terrible, terrible headline here, and I hate having to keep touching on this. And, when you read them individually, you say how tragic they are in their own right. But then when you come to find out that it's the same family that has suffered like 2 tragic losses within the same time frame, it is devastating. You can only imagine what they're going through. Family loses 2 loved ones in separate tragedies on the same day. Story by Jared Higgs, assistant broadcast editor, right here at The Guardian. A family was dealt a double blow when 2 relatives were killed in separate incidents on January 2nd. Laurenique Taylor, 26, was shot and killed while she slept after intruders broke into a home on Mantall Street, Montel Heights, shortly before 3 a.m. Now, we've heard the story. Kevin Andrews, 32, was also shot dead in that incident. And the police reported the incident, but have not yet formally identified the victims in the first recorded murders in the Bahamas this year. On Monday, police said they were questioning 2 men in relation to the crimes. Both men are on bail for armed robbery and are being electronically monitored. Police added that one of the suspects reportedly had a previous altercation with Andrews. And then hours later, Laurenique Taylor, Lord bless the dead, the deceased in that shooting incident, her 16-year-old cousin, Gino Hanna Jr., was involved in a horrific car accident, which took his life. Tragic situation. He was the front seat passenger in a burgundy Suzuki Alto that collided with a black Ford Explorer on Bernard Road near L.W. Young Junior High School. According to police, the incident took place around 9 a.m. on Monday, and the jaws of life had to be used to remove the victims from their vehicles. The teen died on Monday night. The driver of the Ford Explorer was treated and discharged from hospital. The driver of the Suzuki and the driver of the Suzuki was also treated and discharged from the hospital. And the driver of the Suzuki Alto was listed in serious but stable condition in the hospital. My apologies. But that's a very tragic situation. Like, all I could do is pray for that family. and send them as much positive vibes as I can. And I think we all need to say a prayer for that family. It's a tragic situation. Can you imagine? Very, very tragic situation right there. So please, when you think that you having a horrible day, or something didn't go your way and you in your feelings, think about this family right here. This double tragedy, this double blow. My late mother always used to say, there but for the grace of God go you or I. So please, pray for this family. This is just way crazy. Another headlines, in 2022, an almost 8% jump in murders. And we're off to the start of the year, 3 days in, we got a double homicide. I think now would be a good time for the chief of police at the start of the year to revisit that statement of we don't have a crime crisis. If he just picked up, this is how they're going to deal with our crime crisis, we don't have to revisit what he said prior to that. We take it as, hey, he admits there's a crime crisis and we need to deal with it. Most repatriations in a very long time. Story by Nasir Colebrook. The Bahamas recorded the largest number of repatriations of illegal immigrants in a very, very long time in 2022, according to Minister of Labor and Immigration Keith Bell. How vague is that statement? The Bahamas recorded the largest number of repatriations of illegal migrants in a very, very long time. Can you be a little more specific, Mr. Bell? Like how many actually were repatriated? And how long is a very, very, very long time? Bell was quoted as saying, we had a significant number of persons who were repatriated last year. I'm about to get the accurate numbers, so I don't necessarily want to give those statistics yet. Up to Christmas Day, we had some repatriations, and there are a number of planned trips and repatriations today and tomorrow, which is meaning Tuesday and Wednesday. The Bahamas saw an influx of illegal migrants in the past year, with most coming from Haiti. Up to early December 2022, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force recorded the apprehension of at least 3,249 undocumented migrants. Of that figure, 2,620 were Haitians, 623 Cubans. So there you have it. The numbers are there for you clear to see. In 2021, 1,644 migrants were apprehended, 249 in 2020, and 342 in 2019. So if we got numbers like 3,249 undocumented migrants, according to our Royal Bahamas Defense Force data in 2022, then of course you're going to see a jump. The most repatriations in a very long time. Well, of course, if you've got quadruple the numbers in years past, of course you're going to see more repatriations. Why don't we work on turning them around and save ourselves the repatriations and that whole exercise? Mid-water, turn them around, send them back home. What say you, my texters? What say you, my callers? Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Gardner? Happy New Year and all that good stuff, man. All the best to you and yours in 2023, man.
Yeah, prosperity for you, man.
Thank you, my brother. No bootlicking in 2023. That's what I say.
No. You know what I about.
So what's going on?
So now the answer this question for me. Do you think there's any corruption in the Bahamas?
Does a bear go to the bathroom in the woods?
So why do these bootlickers come on the radio and say that there's no corruption in the Bahamas? That we don't have any corrupt government officials?
Hey,
right.
Gardner, you remember before the last election?
Defense Force and all of them corrupt officials. We don't have any of them in the Bahamas.
Listen, Gardner, you don't remember that our current prime minister, pre-election last go around when he was the leader of the opposition,
Right.
looked square in the camera on the national news, and when asked, are you aware of any corruption in the past administration? He said he was part of the past administration, and to his knowledge, he knew of no corruption. He was satisfied there was no corruption.
We all know he lying, and he know you lying.
So, if the PM saying no corruption, me, ain't no corruption, man.
Man, come on, man. Come on. TV is okay. In other words, only foreigners come here and be bad actors. All the bad actors and the bombers are foreigners.
But hold on, how the bad acting foreigners get here carte blanche with the red carpet lined up and every photo opportunity in sight, you know what I mean? The greatest thing since sliced bread, now all of a sudden, they bad for business? What's going on with that?
Now, you believe that that's some of the reason why we got some of this crime, because the guys who are doing the crime, they experience the corruptness in the system.
Gardner, it's many layers to the onion, like I always say.
Come on, man. We know corruption all through the system when we go buy our license and other things. Come on, man. What kind of...
I mean, we've been dealing with corruption so much or trying to, distance ourselves from the stigma of corruption. The last prime minister, went global, and I still don't know how smart that was, and said we corrupt.
No, but you know what the only difference is in the Bahamas? There ain't no accountability. All around the world you got corruption, but there's accountability around the world.
Yep.
Okay.
If you do fool in other parts of the world, you are right. If you practice, especially in corruption or engage in corruption, and you're in a governmental capacity and you're holding public office, that is frowned upon internationally.
Man, you got
ain't no ga with that.
Speakers of the House, all these people, when come on, they are held accountable, but not so in this Bahamas.
I got a text to chime in. Naughty tell Gardner, we Bahamians aren't corrupt. The Bahamas is not corrupt. We tip or we misappropriate, but we are not corrupt.
I guess appropriation ain't corrupt.
Oh, Lord.
Taking bribes ain't corrupt either. Taking bribes is appropriate, misappropriation.
Boy, I tell you.
Come on, man. We got to get this thing right, man.
And we got to, we got to go back to like old school qualities there, Gardner. We got to be able to call wrong where wrong is. There's nothing calling wrong where wrong is.
Watch me. We don't need no fake revolution. We need real revolution. We don't need no people who trying to sustain this what you call it UBP. These UBP policies. They doing the UBP policies better than the UBP. You understand what I'm saying?
Man, listen, it can't even just be the UBP policies. It's a morph, it's a hybrid of all kinds. It's a mosh what we've seen over the last 50 years.
They doing the UBP better than the UBP?
That's when Grand Kong solid, if you ask me. That nicks right up.
Yeah, they saying they doing the UBP better than the UBP today. That ain't a revolution. How to get a revolution? Anyway, thanks.
Yeah, man, Gardner, listen, you just got to keep chopping, man. You got to keep chopping. One day the tree will fall, man. One day people get us.
We need people like you to continue the chopping, to get some of the other people, as the mother said, to chop, man, and stuff,
Well, listen, I get only worried about my big ox, you know what I mean? I'm a small ox, and we'll take care of it from there. Maybe somebody will follow my lead, or maybe somebody will join in and help me chop.
Yeah, man. Keep it going, bro.
Be safe, Gardner. I appreciate you. Keep your calls coming in, man. I always appreciate hearing from you, bro. Let me check the text lines as we slide into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Don't forget new arrivals in right now, for the new year. And new arrivals every Monday, ladies. So new fashions come out every Monday and Tuesday at John's. And, of course, John's now has small home appliances and cookware as well for you. In addition to all your footwear needs, your fast fashions, your workwear, and all the accessories to go along with. All right, be sure to check them out, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there on Rosetta today. And remember, John, serving you is a pleasure. Hey, Naughty, did the governor of the Central Bank of the Bahamas break some law with its FTX situation? Would he be the next one to be charged? Who's next? Listen, get your popcorn, get your snacks, and keep following it. It's like Netflix right now. It's going to be unraveling. It's going to get good. I don't know who could be next, but I know. A lot of explaining to do. Let's go to the phone line. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty. Happy New Year to you, buddy.
Happy New Year to you and yours too, my brother.
Listen, when this FTX and SPF, whatever debacle was going on, is still going on, the Attorney General came on the radio and on the national platform and said, we are a country of laws. Are we not, are we a country of laws, really? For who? Huh? For certain
Homies,
people?
lovers, cronies, and friends, eh?
You know, the other day, and yesterday, I heard the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He talking all about what is going on in Haiti, what is going on, but why people coming. Listen, we don't want to know that. Are these people breaking the laws by building these buildings? Are they breaking the laws? Are we a country of laws? Are they breaking the laws of the country? And what are we doing about it? If we are a country of laws,
when you recruit based on the basis of we are Bahamian and Haitian descent, and that's part of your election campaign mantra, you know it gets kind of sticky
I don't listen.
to extricate yourself from that,
No,
liaison.
we cannot have two different cities within a city. You know, the only
Very
thing
much
I know where that
agree
is
with you on
happening
that.
is the Vatican. Either we are the Bahamas with laws, or we are a banana republic. What are we? You know, yes, we have laws, but we are not law enforcers. We are not a country of law enforcement. That's why this country is like this, because we don't enforce the laws. The government itself don't make the laws, and they break it.
And
that's
repeatedly,
why-
and then change the laws after they break it.
Mr. Fred Smith is so rich of us because the government itself, when they pass their own laws, they don't.
No, listen, now listen, this is that big legend and that urban legend that Fred Smith gets rich off of the government. When he does a lot of these international human rights cases against the government, a lot of his work is pro bono. You know, it's only the legal fees for, I guess, folks that work on the case get covered in that, but it's not like he's cashing in on it. But,
Yeah, but
you know,
I'm saying-
he's found the
but how
loophole
about-
in the laws where he beats the putty out of the government.
Naughty, whatever is awarded to these people or whatever it is,
Correct,
it has
correct.
to be paid.
Right, and we have to pay that.
So
That's
we
true.
have to pay that. I don't care. I'm sure he ain't doing it for free. But he getting money, and the people getting money, and we getting nothing. You know, and so you know.
And we won't change, and we won't close the loopholes that allow
No.
it to repeat happening. I mean,
No,
just,
and it's
just
the
turn a blind eye. And,
you know, like I said, Mia Motley, they were own people. They were building and she said, no, that's not the law. She went and she break them down. Why do we need a committee to decide if somebody's breaking the law? Why do we, and you know, Mr. Bell and them, we don't know what these were going on, and you were the government in waiting. You were the next government, and you don't know what is going on in your country, and you expect to lead us, and you expect, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, but no.
we got a lot of issues. I'm telling you, yes, we do.
We in trouble. I don't know. I don't know who we're gonna put there to lead this country, but we just keep doing the same old, and hoping for different results. It ain't nothing happening.
I mean,
Have a good day, my brother.
you too, my brother, and stay encouraged, man. We got to keep chopping like I told Gardner, man. We can't get discouraged, man. We got to keep, agitating for better because we deserve better. And at the end of the day, when you have leaders in a position that know better, they infinitely and ultimately should do better for their behalf and for our behalf. All right, Mr. Producer, let's get to the break, man. All right, we got one more call. Let me take this real quick, and then we'll get to the break. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good evening, my good buddy. How you doing?
Hey, Sparkalicious. What's going on, man?
Man, excuse me, I'm trying to get in a comfortable position here. Got a back issue. Anyway,
Oh, Lord.
that's one of them old injuries.
Coming back
from-
to kick you in the backside. I hope you
No,
feel
that's
better.
playing out there on Eastern Parade years ago in the 70s, playing American football and don't know what they're doing.
That's when that fella run you over we was talking about yesterday.
No, yeah. Got one of them things what they call between the 4th and 5th weight of
Yeah.
weight was damaged. And now at 71, it started to play me down in the lower back.
Now, yeah, that L4 and
but-
L5 will get you. I could
But
tell
you
you from
know,
experience.
Dottie, sometimes you need like a hotel, a gala room for the behaviors to get together in masses and have like a weekend discussion with our leaders, whether they be religious leaders, social leaders, and political leaders, and let the behavior people talk to them face to face, and bring any TV and radio station there to cover it and give everybody a copy of the video to hold for life, to show our children that we tried to ask people. At least let our children know we didn't just sit back and let it happen. My son, 28 years old, he's taking the drive down. He said, Daddy, How did y'all just sit back and allow the country to be like this? I say sit back and allow. I say, you know what should us rave and rap up and down Bay Street and protest for years from Mr. Pendleton time, and ain't that change? You know how we've been fighting, the very few of us who've been fighting, and like you telling your boy this, don't give up.
Yeah.
But Lordy, when you reach 70 years old, and you still fight the same old fights, and the new young lawyers coming up, and they doing what the old lawyers used to do. You don't think, and they talk about corruption, when we know what the old lawyers was doing was corrupt, when they do things just to make sure that their law officers and them can make money. But they don't change the situation in the country that benefit the people. And we see foreigners coming to our country, left, right, and center, over repeatedly, from me and you were teenagers, and they still doing it, walking in the country with broad hair, blue eyes, a briefcase, and a gray suit, and get served right away across the counter, and we still sitting down waiting for the waiter to come to our table. Lordy, let me tell you something. Give me a moment here. I just got to be quick. Lordy,
I got to get to the break, but yeah, make it quick.
Lordy, I've been asking, and I know you heard me for many years. I've been begging the Bahamian government because I wanted to get involved in farming. From Mr. Pendleton time, as a young teenager, coming out of government eye, I've been begging for farmland. Government land. You know how much people I see in politics got acres and acres of land, 34, 39, 40 acres of land, out Cowpen Road, all around the place. And I just got 3 acres of land the other day. Thank God they finally gave me something. But Lordy, look what they do to me.
But what you want plan on that 3 acres, Sparky?
Look at. But I was just trying to start off with basically fruits on one acre. You know, the big coconuts and mangoes and dillies and all that. And then another acre to have maybe the vegetables like tomatoes and sweet peppers and things, what I call earthly food. The ones that grow out to the bottom. The ones that grow up to the top, I call them heavenly food. The coconuts, the mangoes, and things would grow up high, sour, soft.
Yeah, heavenly food, Sparky.
You know what I'm trying? I just describe it as that. And then I want to do some animal farming like chickens and pigs. That was my idea.
Sparky, you sure? 1 acre chickens and pigs, 1 acre fruit trees and nuts. And what else you could plant? I believe you can plant something else down there, you know, Sparky.
Yes, I know. I would like to plant that too. But guess what? They've been telling me for 40-some years that's illegal. Now, I hear it's illegal now. Certain things would be legal when people want it to be legal, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, Sparky.
When they want to make some money from it, and then when they can make it legal, they can give the doggone license to their friends like they did with the gambling.
And we'll talk about it when they do it, because you see the handwriting on the wall, Sparky. I got to get to the break, but I appreciate your calls, man. And, of course, chime in and chat me tomorrow.
But the thing is, Scotty, before I go, they give me the land. I bought it Chip and Arm. All my life, every investment I had is right here in New Providence. They give me the land, and guess what? They give me the land in Don Andres, my mom's. How I can get to Don Andres?
Well, hold on.
I gotta fly up and down to get to the land.
I hear that soil rich out there by Bombsy. I get you there, but you gotta cut me on some of the land. And I got a cash crop for you too. Talk to you tomorrow, Sparky. Be safe. Morgan Asher taking us to the break right now on the Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads. Careful with your plan on that land, Sparky.
Make doctors get no meditation, and so them coulda give it to them sick patient. Make chemists get no meditation, and so them coulda brew new medication. Make singers get some inspiration, and so them coulda spread your message on the land me a chant. Yes, I'm a ganja planter.
Kick off the holiday season with Dunkin's 3 delicious signature lattes made with rich espresso and topped with whipped cream. Sip a Dunkin' Peppermint Mocha Latte with mocha and peppermint, or try a toasted white chocolate latte with creamy white chocolate flavor. The new Dunkin' Brown Sugar Cookie Latte features notes of sweet brown sugar and holiday spices. Hurry in today. The Dunkin' Holiday Lattes are only in town for the holiday season. The holidays run on Dunkin'.
Play with island games, we make making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we put in Bahamian's voice, guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Here we go. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents are the best. Reliable service, we've been on the scene, protecting since 1919. J.S. Johnson Insurance has the test. Oh, they always covered me. J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Christmas coming here.
Christmas is coming and your fingers are tingling for the KFC flavors that satisfy your cravings. Get that fried chicken holiday vibe with a juicy KFC Festive Feast Mega Pack. Loaded with 8 boneless KFC bites of 100% white meat, a chicken leg, mashed potato with gravy, corn, a biscuit, a delicious guava dessert biscuit, and a mega-sized Pepsi. Have a finger-licking good Christmas with KFC.
Christmas back in town. Your cast. Last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
We're back at you on the Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads. All right, 2023, man. All up in there. Just another call, Mr. Producer. All right, let's go to the phone line. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty, my brother. Happy New Year to you, my brother.
Happy New Year to you and yours, Jeff. What's going on, bro?
Man, right here. Very interesting program thus far. You said something quite interesting in your intro, and that is, pertaining to this illegal migration situation we have going on in this country and why it is that after all this time, it seems as if we have not moved one notch closer to resolution. Here's some thoughts that came across my mind no longer than day before yesterday as I was discussing this with a group that I'm in. And that is, when you look at the expanse of this illegal migration, and the situation here in the Bahamas, you're often led to wonder, tie that into corruption. How deep does this matter really go when it pertains to some of our governmental departments as well as some of our politicians?
Yeah, I mean, it makes one answer a question. And the question, Jeff, not to cut you off, but when you look at the numbers, like you said, the drastic jump. When you go from 1,644 migrants apprehended in 2021, 249 in 2020, and 342 in 2019. Since 2021, we've had a spike.
It's a huge jump.
Why is the numbers going, 1,600 got doubled to 3,200? How does that happen?
The bottom line here, Naughty, is
and 400 were quadrupled to the 1,600. So why are these numbers jumping so inordinately?
let's look at some of the information that was garnered over the past few years. Firstly, the allegations about our passports being extradited to Haiti through parcels with our national airline. That's a very serious allegation, and yet the government has not come out of the time, neither this time, has come out to refute that as being fact or fiction. The second part of this whole thing is, why is it that we are not really serious about creating that forward base that we have been talking about in Inagua? Yes, we have a base there, but does Inagua have the necessary assets in order to turn these vessels around or interdict them while they're on the open waters, turn them around and send them back in instead of bringing them all the way here to the Bahamas or all the way here into Nassau, having to pay to have to repatriate them, process them and everything, when all this stuff could be done in Inagua. So if the Bahamian people is on top of this matter, giving the government ideas on how to move this thing expeditiously with less expense upon the Bahamian taxpayer, then why is it that they are unable to carry these things out? Let me close on this one quick point here, Noddy. The U.S. has all right to look at us, because when I made my opening statement, my mind flashed on, do we have a serious crisis with human smuggling? Do we have a serious crisis with illegal, when it pertains to the illegal migration, money laundering? Do we have what's going on in this country? Why our government is not on top of this matter? It gives the Bahamas and continues to give the Bahamas a black eye in terms of we're not serious about getting rid of this illegal migration situation that we have going on in the country. And I'll end my commentary here, Noddy. I'll continue to listen to the program. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, man, I appreciate your contributions as always, Jeff. Always good stuff. And, you can go back and, double check a couple of those points you raised because, the information that goes along with it is very interesting when you look at those statistics. And one thing about Jeff, I appreciate, Jeff will do his due diligence, but Jeff will research. He will find a needle in a haystack. Not a call? Or that was just Jeff? Okay, good. So let's get up into the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds, and that's all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And don't forget to get that fried chicken holiday vibe and continue the fried chicken holiday vibe with the Juicy KFC Festive Feast Mega Pack, loaded with 8 bonus KFC bites of 100% white meat, a chicken leg, mashed potato and gravy. All right, you get corn, a biscuit, and a delicious guava dessert biscuit as well. All right, so be sure to check that out. And the mega-sized Pepsi, big cup. That's what I'm talking about. All right, that's waiting on you at your favorite KFC location for takeout and for drive-thru. All right, what's heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less? All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Sorry, by KFC Nassau. And we'll jump on in right now. Let's see where we start. What a day. January 4th, 2023. I'm still looking at the 2023 and just can't wrap my mind around it. All right. In Germany, a driver had his license taken away after his self-driving car led police on a chase. He was sleeping behind the wheel. Them self-driving cars will get to you every time. Let me check the text lines real quick. Naughty, good day, Naughty. This country is so entrenched in corruption. We have now come to what I consider as institutionalized or legalized corruption, i.e., for an additional $150, one can get their passport renewed overnight, as opposed to the standard days or weeks. In my opinion, process should not move more expeditiously for he who pays more. To me, that's institutionalized corruption. I see where you're coming from. I get your point, but I don't like lying, so I can't lie to you. I'll pay that $150 to get my passport overnight texted, but I totally get where you're coming from. I'm not, discrediting what you're saying. I mean, you're well entitled to your opinion. And, I'm just telling you, being a road comic, sometimes you need that passport quick, fast, and in a hurry. You pay that $150 overnight. Tis what it is. Naughty, since they aren't putting Columbus statue back up anymore, I think they should put a statue up of Halle Berry. I agree. I agree. And maybe, Halle Berry from Swordfish. Yeah. But I passed there today, and I looked at my wife in the car, and I said, you know what? Columbus gone. I don't think Columbus ever coming back. I just don't think so. I think that's it. Columbus gone. And then we got to go find out where Columbus is, where they got him stashed. I got to go do some videos where Columbus is. Let's find Columbus. All right. Walter Cunningham, the last surviving astronaut from the first successful crewed space mission in NASA's Apollo program, has died. He was 90. 2 years ago, DeMar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money to buy toys for kids in Pittsburgh, where he grew up. The original goal was $2,500. In the hours after his heart attack on Monday Night Football, the fund grew to over $3 million. Some economists are observing the slowdown in RV sales and saying that this could be a sign that the recession is on the horizon. Yeah, well, you know, when rich Americans don't buy their RVs, they're road vehicles. They're coasters. They're cruisers. Yep. Recession may be on the way for real. Chris Ledesma, who was the music editor for 33 years of The Simpsons, died last week at the age of 64. Ledesma started playing piano at age 3 and first entered the industry as a tour guide at Universal Studios Hollywood in 1984. And Al Roker is going to return to the Today Show this Friday after blood clots in his lungs and legs sent him to the hospital. So he'll be back. Glad to know that Al is back up and running. Current Pope Francis will officiate tomorrow at the funeral of the previous Pope, Benedict, who died last week at the age of 95. And finally, rally driver and YouTube star Ken Block died in a snowmobiling accident. He was 55. That's a wrap on your global warming with heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And I slide now into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. And listen, if you haven't tried it, you need to. Dunkin's reworked a holiday classic. All right? And you need to try that Dunkin' turkey cranberry sandwich. All right? Layers of sliced deli turkey, Swiss cheese, arugula on a flaky croissant topped with mustard and a cranberry sauce. All right? Get it in the combo with popcorn poppers and a freshly brewed iced tea. All of that goodness, $9, VAT included, and it's waiting on you at your favorite Dunkin' location. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Brennan Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, and out there at the airport. Oh, and don't forget Carmichael, newest location, and out at the airport, pre-clearance, post-clearance. So no reason for you not to be running on Dunkin'. Naughty, our laws are being broken by illegal buildings and nothing is being done. Let a Bahamian go that way. We won't get away with that. Naughty, them people who kill that girl should be executed. No one kills women like that. Okay. Naughty, why is the shantytown injunction allowing illegal immigrants to continue to build illegal shantytowns throughout our country, yet is stopping the government from taking them down? Are we in an alternate universe in our own country? And why hasn't this judge been forced to do her job or resign? Naughty, why is this shantytown injunction allowing illegal immigrants to continue to build these shantytowns? Why hasn't the judge been forced to do her job or resign? That's a valid question because this has been lingering. And I think it's all awaiting the judge's decision, if I'm not mistaken. So at some point, we need an answer. And we need the judge to do their job and get this thing rolling and get it to where it needs to be. Because there are a lot of disgruntled Bahamians in this for a multitude of reasons. And remember, sometimes it's not what you do or what you say, but it's how you make a person feel with what you do or what you say that really strikes home and drives home and causes one a problem later on down the line. So let's get to the second break, Mr. Producer. And then obviously we got to get right into the news coming up at 5 o'clock, top of the hour. And once we get into that, in the 5 o'clock hour, we will be talking sports. All right? I'm getting you ready with some local events coming up, as well as hot NBA night of NBA action tonight, fully loaded schedule. We'll be talking, I'll give you a DeMar Hamlin update from the NFL. And we'll talk a little bit of the NFL as we get you home on this Wednesday afternoon. That's all coming up in the 5 o'clock hour right after the news, right here as the Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Christmas is coming and your fingers are tingling for the KFC flavors that satisfy your cravings. Get that fried chicken holiday vibe with a juicy KFC Festive Feast Mega Pack. Loaded with 8 boneless KFC bites of 100% white meat, a chicken leg, mashed potato with gravy, corn, a biscuit, a delicious guava dessert biscuit, and a mega-sized Pepsi. Have a finger-licking good Christmas with KFC.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
When I got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Dunkin' has a new twist on an old holiday favorite. The Dunkin' Turkey Cranberry Sandwich layers sliced deli turkey, Swiss cheese, fresh crisp arugula on a flaky buttery croissant, all topped with mustard and cranberry sauce. Made to order all day long, the Dunkin' Turkey Cranberry Sandwich combo includes a bag of crispy popcorners and a freshly brewed iced tea for only $9 plus VAT. 'Tis the season. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
We're up into the 5 o'clock hour on the Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads. 5:07 p.m. is the time. And, of course, Pearlie will be chiming in short order. But, of course, in the 5 o'clock hour, you know we talk sports. So we'll jump on into that with Today in Sports History. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well, with the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza Monday through Friday. Don't forget every Wednesday and Friday happy hour out there at Naughty Johnny's, 5 to 7 p.m. Great cocktails, great food. Give them a call, see what they got going on for you. 377-7776. All right, let's have a gander at what transpired on this day in sports history. Wednesday, January 4th, 1883, the Ontario Rugby Football Union was formed. The organization was the forerunner of the CFL, the Canadian Football League. 1920, the National Negro Baseball League was organized. 1957, the Dodgers bought a 44-passenger twin-engine airplane for $775,000. They were the first team to own their own plane. 1957, former heavyweight boxing champion Joe Louis appeared on the Steve Allen Show to introduce singer Solomon Burke. Burke performed Louis' You Can Run, But You Can't Hide. Well, that was Lewis's You Can't Run, But You Can't Hide. That was his famous mantra in the ring as well. 1974, NBC TV presented hockey in primetime. The Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers were the teams that the NHL had for scheduled for that game. 1975, the Montreal Canadiens beat the Washington Capitals 10-0. 1976, the Dallas Cowboys became the first wildcard team to make it to the Super Bowl. They beat the Los Angeles Rams 37-7 in the NFC title game. Cowboys make it as a wild card this year, need to repeat that history too. 1977, Mary Shane was hired by the Chicago White Sox as the first woman TV play-by-play announcer. 1982, Bryant Gumbel moved from NBC Sports to Anchor Desk, where he joined Jane Pauley as the co-host of the Today Show on NBC. 1983, the USFL, the United States Football League, held its first player draft. 1984, Wayne the Great One Gretzky scored 8 points, 4 goals, and 4 assists for the second time in his NHL career. The Edmonton Oilers defeated the Minnesota North Stars 12-8. The game was the highest-scoring NHL game to date. 1992, Mike Gartner of the New York Rangers scored his 1,000th career point. 1996, Don Shula announced his retirement from coaching the Miami Dolphins after 26 seasons. 1997, the New York Rangers won their 2,000th game as an NHL franchise. Wayne Gretzky assisted on 4 second-period goals. 1999, former pro wrestler Jesse Ventura, or Jesse the Body Ventura, was sworn in as Minnesota's 37th governor. 2003, the Green Bay Packers lost 27-7 to the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC wildcard game. It was the first time that the Packers had lost a playoff game at home. Sports quote of the day, "It ain't over until it's over." Yogi Berra, Yankee legend. That's one of his greatest sayings ever of all time. Naughty, with so many pressing issues in the country to discuss, why are we switching to sports and media show? Because that's how the show's been run since its inception. The first hour we do news, politics, pop culture. Second hour we do sports, local and international. Both hours have their sponsors. So I'm all about taking care of my sponsors. So that's why we talk sports. And when they brought me here, there's like, can you do an hour of local and pop culture, an hour of sports? And I'm like, there's a bear, go to the bathroom in the woods. So that's why I text her. Since you all up in my grill today. All right. But text me back and tell me who your favorite sports teams are. Now, that's a good question. How good was Shannon Sharpe? Listen, to quote Shannon Sharpe, he's an effing Hall of Famer. He made the Pro Bowl. He won 3 Super Bowls. Shannon Sharpe was a good one. You want me to tell you who was better than Shannon Sharpe? His brother, Sterling Sharpe. Green Bay Packer great, who got injured. Neck injury took him out. But out of the Sharpe brothers, Sterling, to me, was the better one. Despite Shannon's trophy case full of hardware and the fact that he's got his own talk show, along with Skip Bayless. But I don't know how long that's going to last. That show seems to be on the outs. But I digress. Let's check out the local sports scene. And Text, I still want to know, man, what's your sports team? I get you with the pressing issues, but who you pull for in sports? So I have an idea, Because, sometimes you got to get your mind off the rat race, so to speak. You focus on the rat race all day, every day, you'll go crazy. Sometimes you got to, check out and check back in to keep your mental sanity. That's why we talk sports. No, not you, Dexter. I know. I know you follow sports. I'm talking to the previous texter who was all in my grill asking me why I switched to sports. I mean, I appreciate that they liked the first hour. Don't get me wrong, but I want to know who they pull for. 76ers. Yeah, well, I understand that. Shannon Sharpe texter. Yeah, you're a 76er. Oh God, I'm sorry to hear that. Checking out the local sports scene, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. The Nassau Guardians Team of the Year was, I tell you, that's a tough one to pick right there. All right? You really got to look at it. The men's senior basketball team, all right, advanced to the second round of the FIBA World Cup America's qualifiers this year. The team was unanimously voted as the Nassau Guardians Team of the Year. Of course, it had Buddy Hield, had Kai Jones. It was a solid team. Here's where I probably would have leaned if I had a chance to vote. The Bahamas host team that hosted the Babe Ruth Caribbean Region 12U Championship pulled off an upset in July when they defeated Cuba 3-0 on home soil to win the gold medal at the tournament. The team finished second in its voting for the Nassau Guardians Team of the Year and finished in third for Team of the Year. The Bahamas Senior Men's National Basketball Team won the gold medal at the Bahamas the Men's Senior National Soccer Team, Beach Soccer Team, won the gold medal at the Bahamas Beach Soccer Cup final and finished third in the voting. All right? So, yeah, that's a good little debate right there. You could talk a lot on that one. So, if we look at Bahamians continuing with basketball, Bahamians are doing big things at the collegiate level. Bahamian collegiate forward Malachi McCoy. If you check him out in the Guardian, going up for a dunk, he led the Benedict College Tigers to a win over the Spring Hill College Badgers on Monday, convincingly, 82-66. And quite the night he had. Okay? He finished the night with 9 points after shooting a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. He was featured in 24 minutes on the floor and made his only three-point attempt. He also had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. So very active in his time on the floor. So keep an eye on McCoy. Now we switch to boxing. Strawn looking to uplift boxing in the country. Bahamas Boxing Federation, BBF President Vincent Strawn and his team of executive officers entering the 2023 with renewed courage and strength from all the challenges they faced in 2022. And they're looking to continue the process of qualification of Bahamian boxers for the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France. Quoted as saying, I anticipate greater success in 2023. The last half of 2022 was a period of success for our boxers as they participated in the Boys and Girls Championships in Georgetown, Guyana, and the Sugarbird Championships in Kissimmee, Florida. They are not they're on the right track. We're looking for growth out of our national teams with the additional boxers training in the U.S., and they host several boxing events in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and Naugua, and the other family islands, as well as some international events, including professional boxing matches. So a lot on the slate for them. And I hope they get the support they need because I think there's a good chance to rekindle boxing in this country. Get it back to where it needs to be. All right, Naughty. You got to big up the Fort. Happy New Year. And remember, 49ers are nothing. And that story about the self-driving car got to be a joke. I was killing myself laughing when you read it. No, that is absolutely true. That was a police report in Germany. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. The car took him on a chase as he slept. I'm thinking he was all boiced up in the car. He passed out in the car. And the car just figured out, well, all right, he's bust up. The man behind us, we could dip out. You got to be careful. That's the technology thing for yourself, for its own self, but you end up in problems. But that is a true story out of Germany. Yeah, that's why we call it the global warming. We're eating up the planet. Yeah, I couldn't write it no funnier than that. That's real talk. But if we get back to looking at the sports scene, I think moving into 2023, to avoid the instances regarding funding that a lot of federations had in 2022, I think they need to be more diligent moving forward and more accountable, saying, look, this is what we have, this is what we don't have, this is what we received from the government, this is which is what left outstanding, and we need to close the gap. Here's how we need help. That's the best way to get players and teams off. Because the more I learn about funding and federations and so on and so forth, there are many layers to those onions, which could allow for politics to creep in and rear its ugly head. We don't need that. Have we had a Pearly sighting yet? I believe Pearly by the air fryer. You know how Pearly go. Plenty basketball games on tonight. He's honey garlicking something. You'll be honey garlicking dolphin next week. Oh, yeah. You's a dolphin, too. You need to come to that. Trying to figure it out. I got to put all you out in cowboy jerseys and take some pictures. or we can grill, and all y'all got to drop your jersey in the bottom of the grill to line the grill, and they can put the charcoal on it, and that's what we can cook. You can cook on y'all jerseys. You might may as well cook on y'all, because everybody, other team for the last 5 weeks been cooking the Dolphins. How y'all lose to the Patriots, boy? I know you could hear me. Don't play like you can't hear me, Mr. Producer. Boy, them Dolphin fans, y'all quiet, man. What happened? First 3 weeks of the season, we couldn't get y'all to shut up. Now look at you. Like we sitting in a wake. Like we sitting in a repast. For it's all right, for we are in our Savior's care, for it's all right. Y'all so quiet. I told y'all from the break y'all wasn't going to win the Super Bowl, not even on PlayStation. Y'all a mess up every draft pick you had. You had a ton of them the last couple of years. What happened with that? Anyway, let's go to the phone lines. Thank God the phone rang. Because I was going to give it to you, Mr. Producer. You was a Dolphin, and you can't move. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, no, they didn't happen to you, my
boy,
little brother.
JJ, what's going on? You walking the planet and breathing God's good here. All the best to you and yours in 2023. I ain't heard from you in a minute, man.
Yes, I am still living, and guess what?
I thought you was in witness protection.
I got playing Dolphin friends, but I say, you'll win 8 straight, you're losing 8 straight the same way. Like, last day, make a playoff, and Nassau was nice and quiet.
But you heard it, quiet, like a funeral. And the first 3 weeks of the season, they couldn't shut their mouth.
You're right, and my Saxon getting matched up. I hope my Lakers doing kind a little good right now. So,
I heard with that Saxon situation. Now, listen, the Boxing Day, they deserved the toe cut skin because that was a bunch of fool.
Right.
But I believe there was some,
Bring a cry. No,
because Warriors don't cry. Saxons don't cry. But boy, look here.
Bounce back.
They swing us on New Year's, though. I believe we get a little swing job there.
No, I can cry, Naughty. I can cry.
I don't call it crying. I can complain. I can moan.
See, the Saxon, our problem in Saxon is everybody believe they're superstars. They Saxons. They no superstars.
Right.
They Saxons. Superstar is a different title, You got to earn the superstar,
I hear that.
Okay, I'm a superstar. You don't understand this. The young people, they ain't gonna discipline, man. They don't listen. They think they can do everything and do these things, and they're lousy.
But JJ,
now in the shack, they don't spend their money.
You got to work with them though, because today's younger people, they in that instant gratification thanks to the internet. They press a button and they got the answer. They got what they want right in front of them.
And that don't work like that.
Sometimes you gotta put the shoulder to the beer. You gotta put the elbow grease in there. You gotta have some blood, sweat, and tears. The more you put in, the more you get out.
When you see me talk leadership, all I want is be chairman of the Saxon back line now. That's all I need. I don't got to go and costume the Saxon back line. My engine room, who could teach people how to beat drum and how to get it done. Thompson came back there New Year's. He didn't was boxing me, and the music would pick up. If you see me take over my back line again, all the old fellas come up with me, and guess what? We can show them how to do it. I really want a heavy back line.
You want that light back line?
People and be nice and good, and people who know the signals, man. I go and get my boys home right now.
All right, man. JJ, well, I appreciate you calling, man. Be safe, and we'll talk soon. And them Dolphins officially out. Call me, man. We doing the grill out. I want to invite you to come eat some dolphin.
I better come.
You just bring the brown bottle, I can make sure I have the dolphin.
You ain't gonna worry about that.
All right, man. JJ, be safe. Boy, I tell you, but I can tell you from all over the 242 Dolphin Nation, quiet. What's going on, man? Lord. So we get out of the home court, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. We get into who's in and who's out, all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And don't forget, man, Tropical Gyros, brand new location out there on JFK R&D Plaza. So now you got them, Mackie and Rosetta, the flagship store, open until 6. And out there in R&D on JFK, open until 8. Okay? So let them, serve it up for you tonight, man. Big up the chef, Coleman, and the crew, man. I need to get me a gyro for the new year. Yeah, I got to grab me one. Maybe 2. So, looking at who's in and who's out. News from around the major international sports disciplines. Having a gander at some of the things popping off. And the main story, obviously, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin still in critical condition after collapsing on the field versus the Bengals. But Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin is in critical condition after he suffered cardiac arrest following a collision with Cincinnati Bengals receiver T. Higgins in the first quarter of Monday night's game. Obviously, we witnessed that. We saw that as he was taken to hospital. Early Tuesday morning, the Bills said Hamlin's heartbeat was restored on the field, and he was transferred to the UC Medical Center for further testing and treatment. So that's where it was. Now, on Wednesday, the Bills announced that Hamlin has shown signs of improvement. On Monday night, Hamlin's representative, Jordan Rooney, announced that Hamlin's vital signs were back to normal, and they had put him to sleep to put a breathing tube down his throat as doctors ran tests. On Tuesday evening, Hamlin's uncle, Darian Glenn, told the Cameron Wolf of the NFL Network that Hamlin had progressed enough to reduce the concentration of oxygen in the ventilator, but that he was still sedated and in the ICU. He also told the reporters that Hamlin was resuscitated a second time after arriving at the hospital Monday night. Rooney and Hamlin's family provided an update early Wednesday to ESPN's Cooley Harvey, stating that doctors saw promising readings that they had been hoping to see, while progress appears to be made. Harvey added that Hamlin remains sedated in critical condition in the ICU. So there we have it. That is the latest. And continue to pray for that young man and to continue to be aware of some of these medical conditions that are unbeknown to us. Because nobody, if you asked me what cardiocovis was prior to this, I couldn't have told you. When I saw the incident go down, that's when I knew, okay, there's something not right here. Let me do some research. And medical doctors, sports physicians started coming out online with the diagnosis of what they thought it was. And if you look at it, what it went with it, that's exactly what transpired. Somebody texted me yesterday, and we had already wrapped, and I caught it at the very end of the show. And the Hank Gathers situation. Yes. Now, when you look at Hank Gathers did not have cardiocovis, okay? Hank Gathers had another malady, heart-related, obviously, but it caused his death. And he passed away March 4th, 1990 in Los Angeles, California. And you all remember, Gathers played for Loyola Marymount University, along with Bo Kimball, who later on went to play in the NBA. Both of these guys were from Philadelphia. They got recruited. They went to the West Coast, and they played big. They had Loyola Marymount doing it in the conversation. All right? As a junior in 1989, Gathers became only the second player in NCAA Division history and Division I history to lead the nation in scoring and rebounding in the same season. He was a consensus second-team All-American as a senior in 1990. His number 44 was retired by the Lions, who placed a statue of him in his honor outside their home arena, Grafton Pavilion. All right? But like I said, one of the greats. But obviously, his malady, okay, was not cardiocovis. He had a form of heart disease that it was called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Okay? Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. That's what Hank Gathers suffered from. And that's what we passed away from. Because they diagnosed the heart condition. He went on medication. Felt that the medication was making him sluggish. He did the workouts. He did the conditioning. He changed the diet. And the doctor said, okay, we see an improvement. You can come off some of this medication. Went on the court March 4th, 1990. Had a massive issue with cardiac arrest. Collapsed. And basically died on the floor. It was not a pretty sight. I witnessed the game. I watched the game. And I was still playing ball in college at the time, so obviously we were glued watching it because it was, a good team. March, getting ready for March Madness. And he convulsed and he contorted, and it was not a pretty sight. And they took him off the court, took him to the medical facilities. I think they finished the game. They may have canceled the game. I can't remember. And we later learned that he passed away from hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So there was a difference in the conditions. But for the text to hit me yesterday, I'm that brought home memories right there, man. Hank Gathers could have been a great NBA player. Great NBA player. The way his game matched up in the 90s, he would have fit in well. He would have fit in very, very well. All right, let's get to the first break there, Mr. Producer. All right, it's 5:30 p.m. on the Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads. On the flip side of the break, we'll continue Who's In and Who's Out, all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And I get you ready for my pro picks tonight, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. So keep it right where you got it. Talking Heads continues right after this.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Christmas is coming, and your fingers are tingling for the KFC flavors that bring us together this holiday season. Enjoy a festive feast mega meal packed of 8 pieces of juicy fried chicken, family fries, 4 buttery biscuits, and a half gallon of Pepsi in a reusable bag. Available for a limited time, these reusable drink bags are perfect for your next get-together. Have a finger-licking good Christmas with KFC.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We got a call? All right, let's go to the phone line. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's that?
What's up, What's up, Naughty? What's going on? This is Original Yankees and Buffalo Bills fan. Yeah, Sydney, man. What's cracking?
Hey, what's going on, bro? I heard from you in a minute, man. Everything good? Turn your radio down a little bit, man.
Everything good, man. Everything good. Everything here on this topic. It's on the topic. We're trying to head on. Traffic killing us for you, you know.
Well, I hope my Yankees add some more pitching, man. We need some more pitching to go with them bats. We should be all right.
Definitely. We need contact hitters. Contact hitters. That's what I preach. You know what I mean? We need them strikeouts. You know, getting strikeout every.
We have our Don Mattingly's and Willie Randolphs and Derek Jeters and A-Rod gone. Dudes used to get you them good doubles and singles and drive runs in.
Don't forget Bernie Williams.
Yes, Bernie in center.
Now look, yo. I'm sorry, but you had a motorbike in the background. But yeah, but Naughty, I wanted to the Miami Dolphins, boy, you ain't never lie, boy. Because I get a couple of my friends, some of them group. Man, they was doing, posting up all kind of Dolphins this and that, and now they quiet like a library, you know.
Now you see why I carry them the way I carry them, because you just lay in the cut and be patient. It'll all play out for you.
Exactly. You can't tell them if they wasn't winning Super Bowl and AFC Championship and, you know what I mean?
I told them a couple of weeks ago, I said, man, y'all don't lose the last 6 games of the season. Right now, the Dolphins 0-5 in their last game with 1 to go.
Well, look, they're in big trouble because they don't need, like, Tua can't stay healthy. He's fragile. And, you know, and they look good with him when he's healthy, you know, but... Boy,
yeah, I believe Brady may be the Dolphins quarterback next year.
Boy, I wouldn't be too surprised because he like the life in Florida, so...
Well, I'm still keeping my prayers going up for DeMar Hamlin, though, man. Watching that game the other night, man, that was like, I've never seen anything that in my lifetime watching sports. Not like that. Outside of Hank Gathers.
Oh, for sure. Well, you know, for me being a Bills fan, that really hit me. So, you know, well, I really hoping and praying, you know, he go through. And, yeah, man, those guys couldn't play no more after that, man. They couldn't play no the game after that, so, you know.
But I think inevitably they're going to have to bite the bullet and replay it, because with all the playoff, ramifications hanging in the balance between Cincinnati and Buffalo, I think they're going to have to figure out how to play that.
And, yeah, they're going to have to figure something out, you know. Like, I just hope Josh Allen play one of the best games, you know, of his life.
But I think you know, they got a rallying point now in Denard Hamlin. I think they got somebody to play for now. They got to do it for Hamlin.
You know,
they gotta do it for the Gipper kind of moment, and that's always great to have in sports. So let's see if they can rise up to the occasion.
Right, exactly. Even if they do it for him, you know. All right, Naughty, but look here, I can let this slide. I go.
Yep.
You know, we can see what is what.
All right, my brother. I appreciate the call. Be safe. Take care. All the best. And don't be no stranger, man.
No, for sure.
All right. Be safe. Yeah, man. I got another text. I texted in. Yeah, Naughty George Hughes is another player. Yeah, we addressed George Hughes yesterday. Wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. Had an unknown heart condition. Collapsed at the age of 28, I believe, in a game. And was actually dead on the field, but they carted him off and later on announced that he had passed away. But that was over 50 years ago. And that was in 1971, I think, is when he passed away. And then, texter, Reggie Lewis was another sad situation. Same condition as Hank Gathers, went undetected for a while. And similar situation, came off the medication, lowered the dosage. Working out, I think, in Providence, Rhode Island in the offseason, had a massive heart attack, died. Not even 30 years old. And he was just coming into his own for the Boston Celtics. Very tragic situation. Reggie Lewis, one of the few Celtics I liked. Had some good game, too. Had a great jump shot. Could fill it up. Could light it up. He was one of those Celtics that was taking the Celtics through that post-Bird, McHale, Parrish era. He was doing a good job with it, too. Even though he was a part of that era, he was there to, you know, he was a rookie. He was a baby when he was with those guys. And he's just coming into his own. Very sad situation. Very sad situation. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Because you look at it, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention Reggie Miller, but then, I mean, Reggie Lewis, but Reggie was, you know, private workout when the tragedy struck. Nonetheless, though, heart conditions that go undetected have taken out a few. Pete Maravich was another one, Pistol Pete. passed at the age of 52 after a pickup game of basketball. Later found out that he had a heart condition and heart disease and issues with his ticker. So it's always good to get that checkup, fellas, and ladies as well. You know, make sure you're in tip top. You don't want nothing that could be avoided, you know, causing you any discomfort or harm. So let's see more who's in and who's out tonight. Because so glad to know that DeMar Hamlin's showing improvement. And we talked about the game, and everything is being considered about that game. All right? And this coming from the NFL. An executive vice president of football operations for the NFL, Troy Vincent, former Miami Dolphin, by the way. And the NFL is keeping all options on the table regarding the Bills' final 2 games of the regular season and their playoff schedule. The guiding principles that took us into the 2020 season with COVID are still available, Vincent added. It may not be perfect, but will allow those participating to be able to play. Monday's matchup was suspended in the first quarter after Bills safety DeMar Hamlin collapsed on the field after tackling Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins. Hamlin required CPR on the field, and the Bills later announced he had suffered cardiac arrest. Hamlin, 24, has been at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center since Monday night after being transported by ambulance from the field. Now, while Hamlin remains in ICU in critical condition, the NFL announced the Bills-Bengals game on Tuesday night. The NFL announced the Bills-Bengals game would not resume this week, and no changes were being made to the Week 18 schedule. Today, Vincent said the league will take guidance from Bills head coach Sean McDermott about Sunday's game against the Patriots, including potentially delaying it. He did note delaying the game has not yet been discussed, and the focus is on everyone's well-being. Now, one option Vincent said is being considered is potentially eliminating the bye week between the conference championship games and Super Bowl. Vincent said he talks with McDermott this week, who's 100% been around how he and the rest of the Bills organization are doing mentally. I've not had any discussions outside his mental health is and how the players are. My concern is making sure that the men have what they need to function, Vincent explained. So we'll see where it goes. A lot of ramifications. Now, one potential solution for the league is to see how the results of this week's games play out before making a decision on the suspended game, even if the Patriots-Bills game is postponed from its current time. The Bills 12-3, the Bengals 11-4, and the Kansas City Chiefs 13-3 are vying for the number 1 seed in the AFC bracket for the AFC playoffs in the NFL playoffs. So we'll see how this pans out. You just got to watch and let it play out. You can't any jump to any conclusions. Because the only persons and the only people who know what's going on and where this decision is going to go is the NFL head office. Now, right now, Bills and Pats are the players' schedule, but like I said, we'll keep an eye on it to see where it goes and to see, exactly what we're looking at and the ramifications that go along with it. This news in just 21 minutes old out of Major League Baseball offseason news. The Red Sox have extended or agreed to an 11-year, $331 million contract extension with Rafael Devers. The Boston Red Sox and third baseman Rafael Devers are finalizing an 11-year, $331 million contract, according to ESPN's Jeff Passan. Devers and the Bo Sox agreed to a 1-year, $17.5 million deal for the 2023 campaign on Tuesday to avoid arbitration. His 11-year pact will begin in 2024. This, as according to Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic, and includes a $20 million signing bonus. So in the next 2 years, Devers is going to pocket $37.5 million for just inking contracts. Devers has spent his entire 6-year career with the Red Sox and has emerged as one of the best power-hitting third basemen in Major League Baseball. He has won the Silver Slugger Award in 2021. And last year, he hit .295, 27 home runs, 88 RBIs, in 141 games. So good stuff right there. All right, Mr. Producer, let's get to the break. get to the second break. And on the flip side of the second break, we'll get into my picks for tonight. And don't forget, today's Wednesday, so we got Rich Eisen and his power rankings all coming up on the final 10, taking us home today, all right? But we'll get up into all that goodness still to come on the flip side of the break right here on the Wednesday, January 4th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this. Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Fidelity, we're good for you. Whether your business is in store, on the go, or both, let Fidelity work with you to maximize your customers' payment options with a fixed or mobile terminal, so that you never miss a sale. It's safer than cash and more convenient, so that you can take your business anywhere. For details, contact a business development officer today at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport, or visit our website at fidelitygroup.com. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Off the holiday season with Dunkin's 3 delicious signature lattes made with rich espresso and topped with whipped cream. Sip a Dunkin' Peppermint Mocha Latte with mocha and peppermint, or try a toasted white chocolate latte with creamy white chocolate flavor. The new Dunkin' Brown Sugar Cookie Latte features notes of sweet brown sugar and holiday spices. Hurry in today. The Dunkin' Holiday Lattes are only in town for the holiday season. The holidays run on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. The Wednesday, January 4th edition continues right now. 5:47 p.m. is the time. Don't forget, I got a great clip I want you all to check out on the ride home today. All right, for the final 10. Rich Eisen, Stephen A. Smith talking NFC playoffs. And you'll be surprised as to which team they got going further than the Eagles and the Cowboys. Listen out for that. Dolphin fans, you may want to listen, because they're going to be talking about your team no more for a while. So you may as well listen to the relevant teams that are still around. All right, I digress. All right, don't forget the Island game. Got the 12 Days of Cashmas going on. Big grand drawing coming up on the 6th. All right, but if you want one of the best sports books in all the land, simply log on to theislandgame.com, theislandgame.com. Check out the sports book, the multiple ways to play, the multiple ways to win, but always do it responsibly. Here's who I like tonight. Big monster card in the NBA tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games on tap tonight. All right? Early games. You got the Grizzlies and the Hornets. I like the Grizzlies to win that one. Suns and the Cavaliers. Give me the Cavaliers at home in that one. Thunder and the Magic. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot, 20-foot pole. Not happening. But if I got to pick it, give me the Thunder over the Magic. Pacers and the 76ers. 76ers 22-14. Pacers 21-17, surprisingly. Boy, this could go either way in this. Pacers have been playing above their head lately. 76ers now kind of rounding into form. They're at home. I'll take the Sixers tonight. Spurs on the road against the Knicks. Surprisingly, the Spurs play the Knicks very well, so I'd have to look at the points in that one. Possibly, you take the Spurs and the points. But if I got to go straight up and pick an outright winner, I got to go with the Knicks. They're at home. Bucks and the Raptors. Didn't I tell you yesterday on this show, me and Pearlie were talking, and I said I like the Bucks to win tonight, and I like Giannis to have a Greek freak kind of eruption. But I think he had 55 last night. Told you so. So I like the Bucks over the Raptors tonight, even in back-to-backs. I think they've rounded the corner. They're playing a lot better than they did. Raptors have some injuries, despite being very good at home. They got some injuries. Nets, winners of 10 in a row, taking on the Bulls. I like the Nets to get it done again tonight. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I got to pick them until they lose. Winners of 10 straight, you got to give them the nod. Blazers and the Timberwolves. Blazers cost me a parlay the other night with a horrible bad beat. I still am not happy with them. But you know what? If I got to pick the two, give me the Blazers to rebound over the Timberwolves. Rockets and the Pelicans, I'll take the Pelicans. Pistons and the Warriors. The Warriors seem to be rounding themselves into form now, getting it together. So I'll take the Warriors over the Pistons because, after all, it's the Pistons. Hawks taking on the Kings at home. This is a different Kings team. They showed me something different, so I'll take the Kings at home. And the Heat on the road against the Lakers. I like the Heat to get it done against the Lakers tonight. No AD for the Lakers. LeBron long in the tooth. He can't keep shooting up 40 points a game. It's going to catch up to him. I like the Heat to get this one done. All right? So, with that being said, that's a wrap right there on my pro picks. All brought to you, of course, by The Island Game. And The Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. It's time to get up into it right now. Great back and forth with Rich Eisen and Stephen A. Smith on the NFC playoff picture. And here's a dark horse team that Stephen A. Smith has going further than the Cowboys and the Eagles. You'll never believe who it is. Here it is. Check it out. Enjoy your ride home. Be good, Bahamas. And if you can't be good at it. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Mondays. Monday.
Hey guys, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro. We're still
excited to be back.
We're still overreacting to stuff.
I'm still overreacting. Let's just go with what Terzo kind of teed us up on. The San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the NFL right now.
I mean, they've won 9 in a row, right? That's the longest win streak in the National Football League at current,
that's
correct?
Hot. That's hot, yeah.
I think whoever wins tonight's game in the AFC can lay claim to that title right now, but it is tough. It is tough to, you can make, let's just put it this way. It's not an overreaction because you could make a great argument for that right now. Brock Purdy makes so many great throws. He missed a couple in the fourth quarter yesterday that kind of gave me like, all right, so this carriage can be a pumpkin every now and then. I got it. But he's playing with such calm, cool demeanor, and Debo's coming back. Debo. I mean, in terms of playmakers, protection up front, pass rush, and defense,
it's a tough team,
in the
man.
secondary, it is tough to argue against it. So I'll say that's not an overreaction.
49ers currently third best Super Bowl odds right now, 5-1. Chiefs are plus 450. Bills still your favorite, plus 370.
I don't know where the Bengals are and all that.
Bengals are plus 750 right after the Eagles.
They can have an 8-game win streak by the end of tonight, by the way.
I think they're going to win tonight.
I mean, it could be first Monday of the new year, and their last loss was Halloween.
To the Browns, by the way, which looks even weirder and weirder. Hey, I know Terzo said he said to bring this guy on TJ, you're deathly afraid of this man. You don't want to play Tom Brady in a playoff.
Fact.
No. Don't want that work.
Fact. Look, they might not be as good as what we saw in the second half yesterday. I think we can all safely say that. Like, let's be, like, I know this is overreaction Monday, but let's just safely say that yesterday's second half was an overperformance based on what we've seen so far this year.
True that.
But it doesn't matter. We've seen it. It's possible. It's in there. And it's possible it just got uncorked. And on a playoff day, later on this month, Tom Brady will stroll out on his own home turf, and LFG, the home fans in the corner of the end zone, and somebody's going to be on the other side of the field, and I'd rather not be that guy. I mean, it's that simple.
I got no choice. This stinks.
I don't know. Like I said, you can hit the penthouse button. You can go up. Sometimes you need to go down, and you don't want to go down because that means you don't have the momentum. And Cowboys can go up here. They need a lot of help. They need both San Francisco and Philadelphia to lose. I don't see that happening. I see both. I see it staying it like before. That's the way I see it. Like The Rent and Godfather Part 2. Like before. That's the way I see it. But you are right, man. That is not an overreaction. What else you got over there?
Look, Chris, Jordan had to go through Isaiah and the Pistons before they could become great.
I don't know what any of this.
Well, speaking of which, Mike Evans had an MJ North Carolina jersey that apparently Godwin got him as a Secret Santa gift or something.
Yeah,
By the way,
that was
love
it.
that Secret Santa.
It worked.
Impressive. What else?
Good. The Eagles are going to lose the 1 seed, and they're one and done in the playoffs.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, I like that.
That's dumb. That's not happening.
Dumb. Did you see them play yesterday?
They also showed up very well in Dallas. New Orleans, look, I'll go higher register. That defense is pretty good.
We've said that all year, though.
All right, that defense can shut people down. And Marshawn Lattimore came back. He picked sixth.
I know.
Gardner Minshew to wrap that thing up.
Hurts is going to have like a month off. Like, come on.
No, he's not. He's going to play this week. They're going to win this week. He's going to put the cape on. He's going to come back. He's going to show his value in an MVP. What else?
The Giants are going to be the NFC East team to go the furthest in the playoffs.
Baby.
Danny Dimes is back. They're going to give him a new contract. Daboll's coach of the year.
Go further than the last remaining undefeated team this year that could be the 1 seed and most likely will be. Goes further than Dallas Cowboys. So you are booking them to go one and done in Tampa.
They are for sure. Bet the mortgage on the Bucks.
The mortgage? Really, you'd bet your mortgage on the Bucks?
LA's not a good place to be homeless.
Don't forget, apparently Sarah's parents are both watching in separate rooms, and they usually do.
Bucks money line.
Happy New Year, by the way, to the Tianas.
You know what, Mr. Tiana think you're going to have his baby girl on the street now.
What else you got over there? Move on.
You don't like this?
I don't.
I love
I think
this.
that's the dumbest one yet.
Eagles go one and done.
Ridiculous.
Ah, man, you guys.
Keep sleeping on
You
them.
guys
Those are the ones. Those
Keep
are the ones.
sleeping on the Giants.
Okay. What else, Chris?
Kenny Pickett. I love this guy.
He's got it.
That's my guy.
He's going to be a top 12 QB next year.
I mean, I just named you the 5 current quarterbacks in the AFC. Current in the AFC. Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, Herbert. Those are the 5 quarterbacks in the AFC playoffs. Trevor Lawrence is going to most likely make it 6, with all due respect to Josh Dobbs getting a start
Let's
for
go
the
down the
Titans.
line. Let's go down the line.
And then you got
He's better
Dak.
than all these cats.
What do you got? You got it all written up?
He's better than anyone the Pats, Dolphins, or Jets roll out. He's better than the Browns quarterback. Ravens, if he's
Watson
healthy.
has not looked great, although he wins, man. The Browns are winning.
He's better than anyone the Titans, Colts, or Texans, Raiders, or Broncos are throwing out. He's better than Danny Dimes and anyone the Commanders
top 15.
throw
I'll go
out.
top 15. Top 12 is a little bit of an overreaction. He does look great.
Pickett or Kirk Cousins?
Oh, I'll take Pickett over Kirk Cousins.
Thank you.
He's cheaper and he's got a bigger upside.
Anyone in the NFC South not named Brady.
I'll build off of Pickett.
And anyone in the West.
I'll build off of Pickett, as the Steelers clearly are doing.
Pickett's the man. Last night,
I was very impressed.
That was awesome.
Very impressed.
That was awesome. Tonight, big game. Have you heard? Bills, Bengals are playing tonight, Rich.
Yeah.
AFC Championship game preview.
I like it. Again, just like your first supposition to start this whole thing off that the Niners are the best team in the NFL, you could make a great case for this. A great case for this. I didn't know this. They had not played each other yet, by the way.
Allen and Burrow have never played?
Their first matchup tonight. You can make a great case for that. You got one more?
I got a couple more.
What do you got?
Packers winning a road playoff game feels inevitable. You know, when they won their only Super Bowl, Rich, went on the road, all 3 games.
I will say this.
This has similar vibes.
It feels that way. It does. But
vibes.
They're going to have to go to San Francisco, though. And that's a I don't know, man.
You can run the ball on the Niners.
I have a, if this was a Minnesota Viking trip, I would be a lot more enthusiastic about this. Let me ask you this. You're a television executive. Congratulations.
Hey.
Okay.
You guys are coming with
you
me.
You cannot allow nudity on network television. That's not what I'm asking you.
Damn it.
You must choose one of these playoff games. Brady hosting Dallas, Green Bay at San Francisco. Which one do you take?
Give me Brady and Dallas.
Okay.
It's going to do $50 million, Mike.
Green Bay and San Francisco do not. Niners fans are everywhere. And when they're not sitting there, Green Bay fans are sitting there.
Green Bay. But everyone's tuning in to watch Dallas lose.
I know. Dallas versus Brady.
Everybody go to breakfast.